My basketball fans was good. Look, man, I noticed, the basketball videos be getting a lot of views, so why not put out more basketball content? Plus, I got a lot more basketball content coming out within the next month, not the next few months, before the NBA season starts. Obviously, if you don't know, I'm MindOfReese. If you're new here, make sure you subscribe, like the video, leave a comment after we had this discussion. But as you know, and as you can see by the title, Ben Simmons ain't feeling real happy in Philadelphia, man. This is something that's been brewing since the Sixers got eliminated in the second round by the Atlanta Hawks. The Sixers have been looking for deals, trying to move on from Ben Simmons. They've priced him kind of high, so no team is really budging on what the Sixers want. And once it came down to that, and the Sixers made it public that they're trying to trade Ben Simmons says, "Okay, you don't want me here. I don't want to be here. I'm not reporting for training camp. I would very much like to be on another team by the start of the season." After the Sixers have decided they would like to keep him since they can't find a suitor that will give them what they want. So we're going to talk about it a bit. We're also going to react, as you can see, to this Bleacher Report article. I want to do more of these, reacting to NBA Bleacher Report articles, mainly for entertainment because some of them be kind of wild. But 5 trade ideas to help the Sixers deal Ben Simmons before training camp. My thoughts on the Ben Simmons situation. I feel like the relationship at this point is soured beyond, beyond repair. Obviously, you can't like repair something sour in real life, but it's a metaphor. You understand what I'm saying? So sour beyond repair at this point. You have to trade Ben, but the situation is you've put yourself in a position where can you realistically trade him where a team will want him and is willing to give up what you would want in return. You see what I'm saying? It's the fact that the last time we saw Ben, obviously we know Ben Simmons is a great player, all NBA caliber talent, all defensive, finished second in defensive player of the year voting, one of the best playmakers in the game, one of the best defenders in the game, if not the best defender, you can actually argue. Uh, Obviously, his scoring and lack of aggression on offense and lack of shooting ability does hurt him. But I feel like personally, if you put Ben Simmons in a position where he's the guy you're building around and you build properly around him, put the right players around him to complement him, you can get the best out of Ben Simmons. We could see the best Ben Simmons we've ever seen. He's not in that position in Philadelphia. It's always going to be Joel Embiid's team, rightfully so. I mean, that's not a knock on Ben. I just think at this point, you've tried. You've tried. They've had 3 seasons or 4 seasons where they've been in the playoffs. This was probably their best chance, to be honest. Uh, Obviously, you're not sure if they would have beaten Milwaukee, but like I said, them being the number 1 seed, this was their best chance. They couldn't pull it off, and a lot of that has to do with Ben's performance in the playoffs, and that's not something teams will bet their eye at, his performance or lack thereof, to be quite frank. So no team is really going to give up a whole lot, especially when it comes to draft picks and great talent to get Ben Simmons. Now it's being reported that Ben Simmons would like to be traded to one of 3 California teams. Might have missed it. I don't know exactly which teams. Obviously, I'm pretty sure the Golden State Warriors, because that has been rumored for a while. A lot of people saying he could go there and play the Draymond Green role. Gonna sound crazy to say, but if I'm the Warriors, I would much rather have Draymond just because the team already has that chemistry. I wouldn't break that up. Draymond knows the system. I'm not saying Ben Simmons can't know the system, but what more are you really getting? Like how much does that truly change? You understand what I'm saying? Plus, Draymond is willing to shoot the ball more than Ben Simmons is, to be quite honest. Uh, I've heard a lot about Sacramento, but that wouldn't make sense to me either. If I'm the Sacramento Kings, there's no way on God's green earth I trade De'Aaron Fox for Ben Simmons. One is clearly better than the other right now. The Lakers are the other LA team. Can't see that happening. Literally will make no sense. If I have to explain to you why that would make no sense, you shouldn't even be watching this video. But leave a like anyway. The Clippers is really the most intriguing to me. Obviously, the Clippers are going to be without Kawhi Leonard this year. It's primarily going to be a team carried by Paul George. They do have talent, but they don't have enough talent to get a Ben Simmons. and the talent that they do have, if they gave that up to get a Ben Simmons, the team would be wiped dry. So obviously, I mean, at this point, the California teams, it's really no way for Ben Simmons to get there unless you want to say Golden State. Other than that, I don't see why you would team up a De'Aaron Fox and Ben Simmons. And I don't see De'Aaron Fox going for Ben Simmons either. If I'm the 76ers at this point, I'm just trading him to where I want to trade him to. The relationship is already bad. You can't make it any worse. I've heard Minnesota a lot. I really like Minnesota. That will make a lot of sense. I personally would like Ben Simmons in New York. Not sure what the deal would look like there, but I think that'd be good for them. But let's get into this article, man. Let's see what Bleacher Report, Andy Bailey wrote this article. Andy Bailey, 5 trade ideas to help the 76ers deal Ben Simmons before training camp. Let's get it. So first up, we got the Trailblazers idea that will never die. Oh, my goodness. Okay. The trade, Ben Simmons for C.J. McCollum, a 2023 first-round pick swap, and a 2024 first-round pick. Here's my opinion on the Blazers trading for Ben Simmons. Does not move the needle for them. It doesn't. Obviously, it brings them defense. Cool. Who's going to score for the Trailblazers opposite Damian Lillard? Obviously, C.J. McCollum lacks a lot of defense next to Damian Lillard. Their small backcourt. That's been the main knock on them for years. But C.J. could give you 25 a night. Easy. Ben Simmons obviously brings some playmaking. Maybe Dame can play more off ball. Maybe you can run some pick and roll with Dame and Ben. He could be more in the dunker's position, play more off ball himself, be off the ball, catching lobs, cutting to the basket, stuff like that. But obviously he brings defense, but you're going to be missing a lot of scoring. I'm not saying it makes the team bad. I wouldn't say that at all. All I'm saying is this trade does nothing. The most it does, you have a security blanket if Damian Lillard is traded. If you have to trade Damian Lillard, you have a guy in place that you can still build around. And that's not a reason you should be trading for Ben Simmons. You should be trading for a player. You should be trading CJ to get Dame the help to win a championship and make him stay. You should not be trading CJ or anyone else to get a player where you say, if Dame decides to leave, at least we have a backup. I wouldn't do it. I understand why it's out there. I doubt we'll see this trade, to be honest. Doesn't look like the Blazers are willing to make any moves like that, but who knows? We've seen crazier things happen. Moving on to the next one. The Spurs land a new cornerstone. This I like. I like him with the Spurs, but I wasn't sure what the deal would look like. But I think Ben Simmons on the Spurs, the team being built around him being coached by Greg Popovich, this is a nice fit. But let's see what the deal is. Ben Simmons for DeJounte Murray, Derek White, a 2022 first-round pick, and a 2024 first-round pick. I like it. DeJounte Murray and Derek White. The Spurs are, packed in the backcourt right now. And it has been rumors that they've been looking to move DeJounte Murray or Derek White. In this deal, it'll involve both, along with their 2022 first-round pick and 2024 first-round pick, which I assume both are unprotected since it doesn't list any protections in the article. I think this will be nice. The Sixers will be an amazing defensive team, obviously, still keeping that defense. Obviously, you don't need to get a lot of scoring back. DeJounte Murray can be aggressive. DeJounte Murray isn't afraid to shoot. He isn't afraid to score. I still think we haven't seen the best from DeJounte Murray. I think we might be able to see that in a role like this on Philly. I think this might be one of the best possible trades for them. You also get Derek White. You get to keep Tyrese Maxey. You get to keep your best players. You still have Tobias Harris, who can score the ball opposite Joel Embiid. I don't think this makes the Philadelphia 76ers that worse. I think they're still a top 3, top 2 team in the East. I think this puts the Spurs in a great position to continue to rebuild or start the rebuild, so to speak, because it seemed like they were still trying to compete for playoff position, and no team rebuilding is competing right out the gate for a playoff position. So this gives the Spurs a chance to start over. Obviously, that's going to be tough because you're losing your first-round pick and your 2024 pick, but It's the price you have to pay. Would I pay the price for Ben Simmons? Probably so. I mean, the Spurs don't really have anything to work with at the moment, so what do you have to lose? Moving on to the next one. Next one is Simmons to the Bay. All right, here we go. This the Golden State Warriors trade. Right here, they have Andrew Wiggins pictured, so obviously the deal will involve him. Ben Simmons for Andrew Wiggins, Moses Moody, a 2023 first round pick swap, 2025 first round pick swap, and 2026 first round pick swap. I'm going to be honest. This is the third trade in a row that we've read, and the only thing the Sixers have to give up is Ben Simmons. I'm not sure how that works. Uh, I mean, obviously it works, but I'm not sure teams would be okay with that. I mean, in this scenario, the Golden State Warriors wouldn't have to give up Draymond Green, which, I mean, I wouldn't either. But what does a team of Ben Simmons and Draymond look like? Would Draymond play center? Why would you, first of all, why would you even, that's terrible spacing for the Warriors, and that's not something the Warriors are usually used to, I would say. I mean, maybe so because they usually keep traditional bigs that don't really shoot the ball. Draymond isn't known as a shooter, but will take shots and can hit some. Ben Simmons isn't a shooter at all by any stretch of the imagination. I don't know, man. I don't know. I don't know if this is the deal the Warriors should be going for. Obviously, no one like Bradley Beal is available. Anything like that, I know that's who they were really looking for. Are they giving up a lot? Kinda. I mean, as far as the Golden State Warriors go, I wouldn't worry about draft picks. You have Steph Curry, still have Clay, still have Draymond. Obviously, you have Andrew Wiggins under contract. Drafted James Wiseman, who still has some promise, I guess. Moses Moody, Jonathan Kuminga. You just drafted those guys. You don't need to keep drafting rookies to add into the rotation. What you need to do is worry about flipping these players for a guy that's going to put y'all back into contention. Is that Ben Simmons? I don't think so. I think you. I'll hold your cards close to your chest. Whatever the goddamn phrase is, don't pull the trigger just yet. I wouldn't pull the trigger on this trade if I'm the Warriors. If I'm the Sixers, I don't think this makes them much better. But Andrew Wiggins isn't terrible. He showed some promise last year on the Warriors. Haven't seen much from Moses Moody yet besides Summer League. I don't know, man. I feel like this is more of a linear trade for a linear deal for both teams. But I did expect to see the Warriors on here. But let's move on to the next one. Speaking of teams I didn't expect to be on here, we have the Kings. The Kings go all in. I don't know how I feel about a Kings deal. Let's see what they have cooked up, man. I hope it's nothing crazy, but we'll see. Ben Simmons for Buddy Hield, Davion Mitchell, a 2023 first-round pick swap, 2024 first-round pick swap, 2025 first-round pick swap, and 2026. So basically, the Kings are almost, going all in on this. I don't know, like I said, I don't know how I feel about a De'Aaron Fox, Ben Simmons deal. Like I said, Ben Simmons could probably play the power forward for them. Will give them the opportunity to either move on from Marvin Bagley or move into the 5 full time. I think they'll do the former since they just paid Rashawn Holmes. Didn't get paid a lot, but still they brought him back. The Kings also have Tyrese Halliburton, who has proven to play very well next to De'Aaron Fox. If you add in a guy like Ben Simmons, who's a playmaker, takes the ball out of Tyrese Halliburton's hands a lot. Obviously, Tyrese can play off ball, but you want him with the ball in his hands as well. Extra playmaker next to De'Aaron Fox. I don't think they need a third. I think Ben is best with the ball in his hands, honestly. I know a lot of people want him to play in the dunker spot. They want him to play off ball at the power forward position. I think the best Ben will see is a Ben Simmons with the ball in his hand, attacking the basket, playmaking with shooters around him. Think about what the Orlando Magic did in 2009 with Dwight Howard. Obviously, Dwight Howard was a post player. Now, recreate that with a point guard like Ben Simmons. Kind of what, the Houston Rockets, not small ball, but what the Houston Rockets did when they brought in Russell Westbrook and they just put all shooters around him and James Harden. Something like that. I think that's the best version of Ben Simmons we're going to see. I'm not personally okay with moving Ben Simmons to a power forward position. I don't think Ben Simmons should go anywhere where he can't play point guard, which is why I said I really like the Clippers for him. But we're going to move on from this. I don't want to get too much into this Kings deal. I personally don't agree. Would it be good for the Sixers? Absolutely. You get Buddy Hield, knockdown shooter, one of the best three-point shooters in the league. Young rookie guard and Davion Mitchell. And you get all these pick swaps. I think it's great for the 76ers. You get someone who's going to be aggressive on offense and hit shots, doesn't demand the ball too much. He will start, so we know he'll be happy. Young guard and Davion Mitchell who could play the point guard position. I don't know much about him because I'm not going to sit here and cap like I watched a whole bunch of college basketball. I'm not a scout. If you're looking for a scout, hit up my boy Pee Wee the Plug and Hoop Intellect. But anyway, that's as far as I'll go into that. We got one more trade left. I'm going to assume it's either between the Lakers. No, please don't be the Lakers. God, don't be the Lakers. Lakers. Maybe the Clippers. They might do a Clippers trade. Would have set the Bulls, but they went and got DeMar DeRozan. I feel like they're set. I don't see them making too many more trades. I think the Indiana Pacers would be great, but most likely this last team is going to be the Timberwolves. So let's get into it. Okay, I was wrong. Okay, it's the Toronto Raptors. Raptors up the ante. Let's see what they have in store for this. I see Pascal Siakam here, so obviously he's going to be on the move. Ben Simmons for Pascal Siakam, 2022 first-round pick unprotected, 2024 first-round pick unprotected, and a 2025 first-round pick swap. I don't know, man. I mean, does this change your team? If the Raptors trade for Ben Simmons, I feel like they have to do maybe a full rebuild. I don't know. I don't know if this changes the team that much. I don't like Pascal Siakam on Philadelphia because I think Tobias Harris playing power forward next to Joel Embiid is their best. It's the best you'll get out of Tobias Harris. But if you bring in a Pascal Siakam, Tobias Harris is going to have to move back to small forward, where I think he's more effective at the power forward position. So, I don't like this for the Sixers at all. They get 3 draft picks, but to be honest, who really cares? Ben Simmons to the Raptors. Nice fresh start in Toronto. Fans are going to love him for the most part. They get a piece to build around. They already have some nice players there, but I don't think this is a good look. And this is what I meant when I said there's not many options out there for Ben Simmons to fit in. I feel like the Sixers' best chance to do that was last season, but they wanted to go in with Ben and Joel and try again. Rightfully so, I understand. But if they missed their point, they missed their point. And I feel like they missed their point. I don't see Ben moving before the beginning of the season, but maybe the Sixers' hand to be forced and they'll have to take a deal that they don't want to take. Who knows? Let me know what you thought about the video. Let me know what you thought about the article. What's a team you'd like to see Ben go to? Did you like any of the trades in the article? Did you have a favorite? Did you have a least favorite? Let me know in the comment section below. Leave a like on the video. Hit the subscribe button. And I'll holler at y'all in the next one. Peace.